Today we're going to be painting this Christmas gnome. There's two different colors I've done it in, and so today we're going to do this lighter green color. And so these are 6x6 canvases, and so this is what we're going to do today. And as usual, you need an apron or wear some clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. And then you do need some water to rinse your brushes, some paper towels. We are going to use kind of only a limited palette base today. Let me see if I can move this more. Here we go. Hey. So we're going to use tomato red for his hat. We're going to use, and this is the Anita's brand, and we're going to use the white for his beard and for some of the snow. We're going to do a little bit of black for his beard, and then we're going to do a little bit of orange and white together to get his nose. And that's pretty much it. We're going to be using a couple different brushes today. I kind of just use the same ones every time. And so it's kind of like a flat brush, a round brush, and then some liner brushes just to do the fine tip stuff. And that's pretty much it. So let's just get started. I'm just going to point this down a little bit here. Let's see. Go down like this here. And I really appreciate everyone watching today. This should only take about, I would say, maybe an hour or less. But there, we're gonna do, let me see if I can hide some of that messiness here. Trying to get my desk figured out here. So we're going to use black, red, and a little bit of orange and some white. So we're just going to put this here. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. And so I'm trying to also get this on my iPad so I can see the comments. So just give me a second here. Okay, so let's get started. So this was a black canvas that I had, this 6x6 canvas here, and I just painted it green, so I'm just gonna dry it with a hair dryer so it could dry a little bit quicker, and then we'll get started on the gnome part. So I'm trying to see if it goes too low here. Hopefully that's okay. All right, again, I'm just gonna dry it a little bit so we can continue on. Good for right now. That at least gets it dry for us to start with the gnome. I do the gnome first, and then I do his hat. So, and we kind of do it at an angle, so it's not just like up and down, it's kind of at an angle like this. And so that's kind of what we're going to do today. And I'm just going to kind of move this a little bit and turn it so this way, because we're going to kind of be right here. And actually, it's still pretty wet, so I'm just going to do the hair dryer one more time here to get it dry. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of white. So coming out here. And then I'm going to get this orange is called Anita's. It's pumpkin orange. It's kind of a darker orange. Kind of like a pumpkin color, I guess. You just need a little bit of it. You don't need a lot because we're really just going to do his nose and that's about it. And so I'm going to take my smaller round brush and I'm just going to mix these two together to get kind of a skin color kind of color. But I'm going to use a couple different of these to kind of make it more kind of like 3D looking, I guess. But pretty much what I'm going to do is try to aim for a little bit below the halfway mark. So like right around here for his nose. And then we'll do his beard down here and his hat will go up there. So I'm going to just kind of mix these together. We're looking kind of for a beige in a way. And I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. All right, so that's a good amount for right this second. And again, we're just gonna go kind of below the halfway line here. And we're just gonna do like a circle. And we are gonna use air dryer a couple times just so I can go a little bit quicker. We're just gonna kind of make an oval shape. Like that. And then I'm gonna dry it and we're gonna do a couple more layers of that. And then I do a little bit more darker orange kind of on the bottom and then do a highlight kind of at the top. So it's really your preference. This is just kind of how I do it. So there's that. I'm gonna do a little bit of orange kind of down at the bottom. And really I'm gonna just mix it all in and then I'll put some white in it. And then we're gonna retouch his nose at the ends because we will get some white and black on it, some red. But pretty simple overall, just those few colors, red, white, black, green, or whatever background you want really. You can do whatever you like. I like the green and the red together, but it's up to you. And then just a little bit, if you buy beige on its own, that's fine. I just don't have any right now, and usually I like how this looks. I've done several gnomes, and so this is how I've always done their noses. So there we go. And again, we're going to come back to this in a little bit. Like that. So there's my water over here. Okay, and I'm just going to dry that a little bit just so we can start with his nose, or with his beard, excuse me. Okay, so now I'm going to use my flat brush to make his beard. And so at this point, this is when I'm going to get my black out. Probably. And then I'm going to put a little bit more white on since some of it has orange in it. Almost a little bit of white. There we go. Probably need a little bit more. A few minutes. All right, so what I do first is I put down white, and then I'll do black, and then I'll do white again. And I do that a couple times just to kind of get a good texture looking and a good, you know, sometimes I do a darker beard with more black, you know, and then this one has a little lighter beard with more white. So it's kind of just what you're looking for or what you want to do. So I got some on my brush and I'm just going to make like downward strokes or to the side strokes. I'm not going up and down. I'm kind of going to the side, or like, I guess, kind of the side, I guess, not up and down. Anyway, so we're just going to kind of start under his nose and just go out. And we're just going to make these type of strokes. And we're just going to kind of fill in. We're basically just making a bunch of downward strokes. But what I'm trying to get at is now you're going this direction. You don't want to now go this direction. That's just going to mess it up. So you're just going to do some white. And you want them to kind of be, you know, different sizes. Like I'm pushing down pretty hard to get this thicker stroke. And then, you know, there we go. So there's a good start right there. And then I'm gonna start with, or go with the black. And so it's just a little bit of black. I don't put as much as I do with the white, just like on the tip of the brush. And again, we're just gonna make the similar strokes. And it is going to blend, and that's okay. You want it to kind of blend a little bit more and get more gray than anything else. So that's good. So like that. And then I'm gonna go back to the white. And then again, I'm just gonna put my brush there, and we're just gonna kind of go over the top of it and make it blend real well. It's gonna get a gray color. And you definitely want to be using an apron or something, because you get paint just flicked everywhere when you do this type of stuff. So we're just gonna leave it like that. In a little bit, I'm gonna go over it with white again, so it lightens it up. All right, so now we're gonna start with the hat. So the hat, I'm gonna use the round brush. This one might be too big, actually. This is a 7. Let me see if I can find a smaller one. This one might be too small. Let's see. This is a 1. We'll go with it. All right, so, oh, here's some right here. Let's do a 3. That might be better. Okay, so now we're going to use some red. And it's called tomato red. Sometimes I use Christmas red, and sometimes I use true red. Kind of just depends what I can find, really. There's a lot of things that kind of run out here, so you just kind of get what you can get. So, yeah, these are the guys we're doing here. Okay, so now we're going to kind of draw the hats. And so what we're going to start out with is kind of at his nose. And actually we need to move his beard a little higher, but basically the top of his nose is going to where the brim of the hat is going to start. And then we're going to kind of just make it like it wavy and come around this way. So we're going to just do like that, and kind of just do a rounder side. And you're going to do a couple layers of red because I want it to be a brighter red. And that's why sometimes we'll use the Christmas red, because that's slightly brighter than this. But we're just going to go with it. All right, and so now we kind of made the bottom part here. I'm going to go like that. And again, if you get it in the nose, it's okay. We're going to touch it up in a little bit, so it's okay. All right, and then we're going to go to, we're going to make another round kind of brim here. Kind of make it connect a little bit there. And then, so basically we want to do like 1, 2, 3, maybe about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're both 7, but about, you know, couples, so you can kind of do different layers of like the squiggly lines and the dots and stuff. So then we're gonna do kind of a bigger round right here, and then we're gonna kind of go up and around. And then we're going to go down, and it kind of needs needs to end at a point, but I mean, no one's really going to see the point because you're going to do the fluffy ball at the end, so that's up to you. But I kind of do it in a point so I know like a way to look at it. So we're going to kind of do this side now, and I just kind of go make it a little bit smaller, and that's kind of why I end on a point so it kind of can see where it's going to go. So there's like his hat. That's the outline of his hat. We're going to color it in red, maybe a couple times to get a really nice red color, and then we will decorate it. You can use a bigger brush for this part, it's up to you. I might use the flat brush to go a little bit quicker. I'm also going to be doing another kind of Christmas gnome, I think next week, maybe the week after. That's a little more of a, in a way, I guess, cartoony version. So stay tuned for that one. That's either going to be on Facebook or it's going to be on YouTube Live. So we're just going to kind of color this in. Try and just kind of stay within those lines because we really want to make that shape. And I think from now on, a lot of my lives are probably going to be on Facebook because I did let people know about this, and I don't know, so far nobody's really attended. So I think people do better with Facebook. I am going to do YouTube Live still for my private, I guess, classes in a way. And then I also use YouTube for my shorts. I make a bunch of videos that are shorts of things that I paint on a daily basis, and so that will also be on YouTube. For right now, I have kind of more plans for it later, but for right now, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So we're just kind of doing, so I'm going back and forth because I want it to be even. Again, we don't want to go like back and forth and up and down. We don't want to do that. I'm also going to be doing some in-person parties, paint parties that are local. So I live in Bend, Oregon, so that area, Central Oregon essentially. And then for the ones that obviously don't live in Bend, I'm going to be doing some art kits that I'm going to put on sale that basically will have everything you need to paint this at home. It'll have your instructions, it'll have just everything you need, the paint you need, the brushes you need, again, just like everything you need. It'll have like a cup for water, it'll have like a little palette to mix your colors with, and etc. So kind of be on the lookout for that. That's hopefully going to be rolling out in January, so pretty soon. There's also going to be some paint by number kits that I'm going to make as well that are very similar. Again, they have the paint, the brushes, everything you need to do it basically. So that's coming out. I'm hoping end of January, early February. But I'm going to dry this real quick so this will dry. That's good for right now. And now we're just going to do like one more layer of red just to make it pop out a little bit more. And then we'll go back to his beard and get a little bit higher. You basically want it to be touching the hat. Hope everyone has started their Christmas shopping. Apparently it's been pretty crazy this year. It's only like 3 weeks away, 4 weeks? 4 weeks away, I think. So pretty close. I've done, I would say, halfway of my Christmas shopping. Not quite all of it, but I did decorate today, and I've been kind of decorating since Thanksgiving night. Put up my tree. I just decorated the tree today. And got all my decorations up. So definitely in the Christmas spirit for sure. And then on YouTube as well, and I kind of try to show the different steps that I do to prepare for my paint parties, and then hopefully I can take some video at the actual paint party and kind of show everyone what that's all about. It's a lot of fun and can't wait to do it on Monday. And so there's kind of the second layer of the red. And again, we kind of just did that so it would just pop out a little bit more, because against this green it does get pretty dark. So there's his hat. So I'm going to go back to his beard, because again, I didn't quite do it high enough. And so I'm going to go first start with the white and just kind of, again, go out. Go like that. And while I'm here, I might as well just go over the top of this like I was going to anyway. All right, and then I'm just going to do a couple more to the side here, underneath the hat here, because again, it needs to be kind of level. So there's his beard. I kind of want to put a little bit more black in it just to get it a little bit more gray, slightly, just like a super light amount of black. You're just going to kind of go, again, up and down. I usually do this like several times, but to save time, I'll just do this a couple. I've already done this like twice, so it's probably the last time that I do it. But again, we're just creating some gray and adding some to the white I just put on there. Then we're going to go back to the white. And you're not going to like dry in between, just so you can get that kind of good layers here. Like that. And then I'm just going to do some bigger strokes of white. Like that. I don't know, let's see. I don't know, it kind of just depends what you're looking for. I think that's probably pretty good. Just trying to get his nose there. And again, we're going to redo his nose shortly, so that's a good start there. And now I am going to dry the red so we can now do the white part, the little squiggles of his hat. And again, I might put some more black in there. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm doing this. It's really your preference on what you want his beard to look like, but we're just going to kind of move on to his hat. So I'm going to get one of my smaller brushes, one of my liner brushes, and we're going to do the swirly or the curved lines here that are going to be in white. And again, you could do this in different colors. You could do like I don't know, like the red background with the green hat. You could do different things. So this is again just the way that I've done it, but again, you can get very creative with it. It's just one of the more simple paintings for Christmas or for the holidays. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the white. So basically I kind of do it in layers. So I'm gonna dry this a little bit more because I don't want it to turn pink. Okay, when there's a glare, it's not dry. All right, so I'm gonna just do this bottom layer and I'm just gonna kind of do a circle, like half circle, I guess, down here. And we're just gonna reach to the other side like that. Just gonna make this kind of thicker. Like that. And then we're gonna go to the next one and kind of do the same thing with the next part here. Okay. Now we're gonna kind of go up here and do it up here. We're gonna kind of slant it a little bit. Like that. And then we're gonna do one up here, kind of closer here. I kind of like to connect those two. Like that. And then we can kind of do one here. And then finally one down here. So that basically breaks it up into sections. So that's really good. So this next part, we're just going to do some little like, I guess an M shape kind of, but continuous. So we're just going to go, we're going to start over here. And I'm going to go down. And again, I'm just kind of making a bunch of M's. Might want to go over it a couple times just because the white kind of is not as good the first time. So there's kind of the first one. Then we're going to do another one a little bit bigger up here. These ones are going to be slightly larger strokes. It's like a larger section. Oh no, there's orange in that white. So I'm going to rinse off my brush and get the regular white and try that again. Might have to do it a couple times if it really got in there. Like that. That's pretty good. And then we're going to do another one over here. So I'm going to turn this slightly. We're going to do one right here. This one will be like a finer line in a way. We're going to just make the same strokes. Well, a little bit there. And then we're going to go to this last part, which is kind of down here. And kind of just do, kind of end it right here. Like that. So those are a little bit bigger strokes than I have done in the past, but I think it looks pretty good. I am going to take my smaller tiny brush. Let me see if I can find one here. This one is a little more of a liner brush, and I'm going to do little dots. And we're just going to kind of do it in the middle here of the line that I made. Like that. We're going to just do it down here as well. Good. And then we're going to go up to this next part and kind of do it again, although I'm going to do it maybe a couple more since it's a little larger. Put like one here, here. I don't know, something like that. I mean, it's really whatever you want to do. And then we're going to come over here. And again, we're just kind of putting little dots around. So there's his hat with the squiggly lines. If you wanted to do, if you feel like it's just like too bare still, I would recommend maybe doing, let's see, we could do maybe some little swirls. This is not the right brush for this. Kind of like that. I need a smaller brush for that. Maybe this one will work better. A little better, yeah. This way it's going to be really busy, but you know, it's different. And then maybe a little one down here. Yeah, a little heart then. Okie dokie. So now we are going to kind of make a little cotton ball here down at the bottom, or you can do this as well, whatever you're looking to do here. So I'm just going to kind of do some dabs here, and we're just going to do it in like a circular shape. Like that. And so now we're going to go back to his beard and to his nose, and then we're just going to finish it up with some snow and stars behind him, and then we'll be all set to go. So, all right. So going back to his nose, we're going to make some more orange and white mixed again. And honestly, I probably could work on his nose all day long. It's just like, just getting it the right look, I guess. But anyway, we're just going to kind of go around here again. Just kind of cover up any mistakes that you might have done. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit of orange. And I'm trying to only get this at the bottom of it because I do want there to be some contrast. And then I'm going to get some white. Kind of put it at the top there. Again, we're just going to kind of mix it together. And then I'm just going to do a little bit more of that like darker orange with the white. There, that looks good to me. And then I might just take some black, kind of just do with a smaller brush like this and just do like kind of some streaks here through his beard. I don't want like full on larger strokes, just some little accents here. So I'm just going to put some white in there, and then we'll go on to the stars. Again, I'm just trying to do like smaller strokes with this smaller brush, trying to see if it makes a little bit of a better difference. I do like the smaller strokes better than the larger strokes we did earlier. Alrighty. Now we're just going to use this same brush, this liner brush, to do some stars and some snow behind him, and then he's going to be all set. So again, we're just going to use a little bit of white, and we're just going to do little stars here. So we'll just do like the X. So there's a star, maybe one down here. That's probably good. And then we're just going to do some dots. As if it was snowing out. We don't want too many. Just kind of sporadic through. After I just said that, I'm like, oh, let's put a little more here. Okay, then we're just gonna kind of go up here. We're gonna go kind of over here in between his hat. And we're gonna go kind of around his hat here. Like that. So there you go. There is the Christmas holiday gnome. And I thank you so much for everyone for watching. And I hope everyone has a good holiday season. And I hope you guys have a great day.